So then, Season 3 is upon us. £100 million worth of investment that we sorely needed, and two legends returning to Southampton Football Club that I've probably spoiled one of them by putting him in the thumbnail. Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 with Southampton in the beta. This is probably going to be the final season of the Southampton save, because obviously in about 4 days' time of release of this, the actual full game comes out, and at that point I kind of want to start trying to move towards my actual main saves of the game. Now, obviously, this is the finances screen, because if I showed you anything else, there'd be massive spoilers. We're already on the 8th of September, because I played a fair few games last night when I was when I was playing this, basically doing all the pre-season, and we had a really awful start to the season in terms of fixtures, so I kind of wanted to get them out of the way, because I didn't think they'd be particularly entertaining. Also, I wanted to get the transfer window shut. We still have £20 million to spend. We have spent £102 million, possibly a little bit more than that. Let's take a look then at the players who've left the club first. 4 main players have left the club on permanent deals. Yannick Vestergaard is first up. Didn't really play a lot last season, or really in the first season. He has left, signed for Rennes in France. £1.6 million. It's not a lot of money, but he was out of contract at the end of the season. So, you know what? I thought I'd better get some money from him. Don't worry, he's been replaced. We've bought a lot of centre-backs. Do you remember Alan Campbell, who we signed at the start of last season on a free transfer? Well, we've sold him to Birmingham for £4.5 million, which, because we didn't ever play him, we bought him on a free. I guess that's 100% profit. I mean, apart from wages. Birmingham might have paid his wages last season. Oriol Romeu is next up to leave. The 30-year-old Spanish midfielder has left and signed for Championship side Burnley for about £7 million, I think it was in the end. It was about 6.5, maybe rising to 7. There you go, 6, potentially £7.5 million. That's some good money for Romeu. For £15 million, we have sold Nathan Redmond to local-ish rivals Bournemouth. And they're also going to be our opponents in this episode, so expect Nathan Redmond to probably score a goal for them. Okay, that's not all the players that have left, because 2 players technically left last season because it was before the 1st of July. Ryan Bertrand has gone to local-ish rivals Brighton. He's basically gone down the other end of the road. He's signed for £10 million for a 33-year-old to go for £10 million. That's ridiculous money, and we've kind of made a profit on him. He's 33. He's good, but he's 33. And another player to leave, this time heading to Sheffield, is Stuart Armstrong. Didn't really play much for us. He basically got ousted by Oxlade-Chamberlain in the latter half of the second season. He's played, he played 15 games, so most of them I think were off the bench. He's gone for £16.5 million, I think. Might be rising higher, not sure. It doesn't say it is, but I'm sure there's some additional clauses in there. So, first up, joining on a free transfer, Eric Bailly. Yes, we had him on loan at the end of last season. He was out of contract. I didn't realise he got released, and I went, you know what? You can do a job for us. He's come in as an important player, which I think might be a lie, because I've basically bought players who are better than him. But he's in. He's decent. He's worth £22 million. He's only 28 as well. So, in a year or two's time, maybe we can sell him for 20 million. Not that we're going to be here. Also signing on a free transfer is Keenan Bennett, the 23-year-old English left winger, who plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach, has signed for free because he was out of contract, and then I've loaned him to Hamburg back in Germany. I don't know why I signed him. I just kind of looked and went, he's English, bring him in, and then loaned him out again. We've also signed a youth player called Ruben Ferreira, maybe, who is 19 years old and Portuguese, and because of the whole Brexit situation, he's gone back on loan to Laizoes. He's gone to Portugal. He's gone back to Portugal. And the final free transfer to join the club is the returning Gareth Bale. He's signed from Real Madrid, obviously, on a free transfer. He was out of contract. He's not very good anymore. Well, he's technically and mentally, he is still reasonably good. Mentally, actually not as good as you'd expect. Physically, he's lost pretty much everything that makes him Gareth Bale, which is his pace and his strength and stamina and things like that. He's now he's just technical. He's really good at crossing and finishing and free kicks and headers and stuff like that. He's just not good at, running. Also, please don't look at how much money we're paying him. It might be a tad too high. We've also signed this man, Marcel Ruszel, who is a Polish midfielder who we signed from America, who we've sent on loan to Canada. He's cost £275,000. I signed him in the first season, but he didn't join until basically he was able to join, which was when he was 18, I think. So yeah, he's not very good, is he? He's not very good at all. Now here comes the big money transfers. Japhet Tanganga is the first up to join, £12.5 million, which I think is an absolute bargain for Tanganga. Yes, he's 23. Yes, he's only 3-star current and potential ability, but he's 23. He's basically a backup. He's coming as a squad player, but he's basically a backup. He will get the odd game here or there. He's played two cup games for us as well. Spoiler, we got through the first round of the Carabao Cup this year. But yeah, I think £12.5 million for Tanganga is decent money. From recently relegated Leicester City, we have signed 24-year-old English central midfielder Hamza Chowdhury. He's cost £21 million. Again, I don't think that is awful money. If they were still in the Premier League, he would have probably cost nearer 40. He's cost £21 million. And I think for a regular starter, which is what the contract is, he's not going to play every game. He's going to play most of them because he's probably one of our best players. I think that's a good bit of business. And I also think this is some good business as well. Kaglas Soyuncu, I think that's how you'd say it, has signed as well from recently relegated Leicester for £30 million. Bit steep, or not a bit steep, a bit steeper than the Chowdhury deal, but he's good. He's really good. Everyone knows in real life as well he's good. He's still young, just 26. Only turned 26 back in the 23rd of May. So he's still young, still got plenty of time on his side. I think we've got a very good centre-back. If you partner him with Salisu, which is basically the plan, we've got two very good central defenders. We've also got Tanganga, we've got Bai, we've still got Bednarek as well. We've got a strong centre-back partnership, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. One more transfer to go. You might have already guessed who it is. The Ox, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, has joined for £39 million. He is our record transfer, signed from Liverpool. Obviously, we had him on loan in the second half of last season. He was good. We had an optional fee of £49 million, which was too steep, so we were tactical and sensible about this. He basically left the club. We then offered £40 million effectively, and they went, sure, we'll do that. So we've saved ourselves £9 million by basically just biding our time here with Oxlade-Chamberlain. Again, he's very, very good. £39 million might be a bit steep, but some of the other options who are similar, just as good, for example, are going to cost a similar amount of money. Dwight McNeil was somebody who I was looking at. McNeil would have cost around £40 to £50 million. So Oxlade-Chamberlain, we know what we get with Alex. So yeah, that is our transfer business for Season 3. We are, like I said, we are already in September, so we've played a fair amount of games. The window is shut, so no more business is going to go on in or out of the club. There is also a lot of other loan deals that we probably need to mention. Papchik Diop going out on loan back to Spain. What else we got? Jankovic to Peterborough. He's probably good enough to play football for us, but he's probably not good enough to play football for us. Baptista Agostinho going on loan to Hartlepool, which is good. Christos has gone to Notts County. Keenan Bennett, we've mentioned. Unundulu has gone to Sunderland. Armini to Blackpool. Armini to Udinese. Vokins to Blackpool. What else have we got that is quite interesting? Barry Rogers, Big Bad Bazza. He's gone on loan to Shrewsbury. Anything else? Arvin Appiah, obviously he's going out on loan. Leon Pambu to Burton Albion. Benoit Badiashile going to Atletico Pamplona, which is... I don't even know who they are. Who are they? Who are they? I don't know. Cadiz? That's probably not Cadiz. Jan Valery going on loan to Stoke. What else have we got? Ryan Porteous to Birmingham. Michael Obafemi also going out on loan to St Etienne. So yeah, there's a lot of business in and out. I think we've strengthened. I really do. I genuinely think we've strengthened. Now, the start to our season has been a bit up and down, hasn't it? We started off with an extremely tough run of fixtures and we picked up 0 points. We lost to United, we lost to Spurs, we lost to Chelsea. Danny Ings getting a goal against Spurs in a 3-1 defeat. And then St Maximin getting a goal in a 3-1 defeat against Chelsea. We beat Fulham in the middle. Ward-Prowse were the only goal of the game. They had a man sent off and we still only scored 1 goal, and that was a free kick. But it did mean we played Sheffield United, which we then beat them 2-1 as well. Shea Adams were both the goals. We were lucky enough to play bottom of the table Birmingham and struggling Norwich, which basically means we're not doing too bad in the table. Kamara with the goal against Birmingham. As you can see, Ings getting himself a hat-trick and also Kamara on the score sheet in this one, meaning after 5 league games, we're mid-table. 6 points on the board. We are just as close to a Champions League spot as we are to bottom of the table, basically. It's very early days. Now, this, I want to just quickly show you, this is the squad for the season. And I don't want to play around with it too much. If we sort by what I'm training them on, because that kind of splits them into their actual positions properly. So, we've got 2 goalkeepers. We have Livakovic, who is our number 1 goalkeeper. I'm not going to go through every player. Livakovic is our number 1 goalkeeper. He's very, very good compared to Angus Gunn. And Angus Gunn will be sat on the bench, though. We've then got 2 right-backs in the shape of Kyle Walker-Peters and Bouna Sarr. Bouna Sarr is probably going to start getting a bit annoyed. In fact, he's already concerned with his playing time. In the middle of defence, we've got 6, is that 6 or 5 defenders? Sorry. Tanganga, Bai, Salisu, Soyuncu and Bednarek. Let's have a quick look then. Mohamed Salisu, I think, is our best central defender. He's just been given a new contract as well. So he's sticking around for a while. Doesn't want to leave the club, which is good to see. On the left-hand side, we have 1 fullback, really, in the shape of Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell is good. He's very good, but because we sold Bertrand, we've only got 1 fullback, which means Will Ferry, who's not a left-back, is training to be a left-back. He is going to be the stand-in left-back, but he is out for 2 to 4 months with a broken ankle. In towards the middle of the pitch, so then, the regista position will be mainly filled by Hamza Chowdhury, being deputised by Ibrahima Diallo. We've then got 3 Mazzalas. Maybe. We've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, we have Callum Slattery and Will Smallbone. Smallbone and Slattery aren't really the best Mazzalas. Oh no, wait, we've got 4, because we have Gravenberch as well. That's right. So Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gravenberch will be our 2 main Mazzalas here. On the other side with the box-to-box midfielder, Ward-Prowse and Kamara. Basically, all those 2 central midfield positions, by those 6 players, Oxlade-Chamberlain all the way down to Kamara, anyone can really play anywhere. I'm not set in stone who's going to play where. I'm just training certain people to do certain roles, just to give them a little bit of speciality. On to the wings then. On the right-hand side, we've got 2 old men and St Maximin in the shape of Walcott and Gareth Bale. On the left-hand side, we have Jenabo, Diatta and Shay Adams, who Adams isn't really a winger, but he plays there quite regularly because we only play 1 striker. And our 3 striking options are Danny Ings, Ricky J. Jones and Ali Akman. Ali Akman, who obviously last season scored just an absolute bucket ton of goals for Ross County in the Scottish Championship. Hopefully he can do the same for us. Ricky J. Jones might be going out on loan if somebody wants to take him, but right now he's going to be in and about the first team. Right then, that is all of the nonsense that we need to talk. It's not, there's more nonsense, takeover talks. We're not taken over yet, he still wants to leave. We've had a few more bits of takeover talk going on, people have come in, people have apparently made offers that have then been rejected. It's a load of nonsense. We are still controlled by Gao Jinsheng. So yeah, it might happen this season. I feel like it's never going to happen. So then, it is 12th place Bournemouth versus 11th place Southampton. A fake derby. It's the New Forest derby, which every Southampton fan does not believe is a derby, me included, and also me as a Southampton fan who lives in Bournemouth. I don't see this as a derby. It's not a derby match. There is nothing to make this a derby match. We've got 1 derby, and that's Portsmouth. We don't have 1 against Bournemouth. If Bournemouth want to make it a derby, by all means, but I'm pretty sure their derbies with Yeovil, Dorchester, maybe? Poole Town. There you go. The starting lineup then for the Bournemouth game will be Livakovic in goal. We're sticking with the vertical tiki-taka because it seems to do quite well against mid-table and struggling sides. Against big sides, it's awful. But against mid-table struggling sides, that's what we're going to go with. Livakovic, as I mentioned. Chilwell, Salisu, Soyuncu and Walker-Peters will be the back 4 with a midfield triangle of Hamza Chowdhury as the regista, Ward-Prowse and Mady Kamara this time as the 2 central midfielders. Oxlade-Chamberlain, who we were training him up as a Mazzala, is going to be on the right-hand side for Ryan Gravenberch, who we were training up as a box-to-box midfielder, or possibly even another Mazzala, will be on the left-hand side. Ignore me. And Danny Ings will be the striker. Basically, I kind of like to play all of those players. They're all very good. We do have on the bench, Gareth Bale is there. He's yet to start a game for us in the league. I think he started a cup game. He wasn't very good. He's come off the bench for the most part because he doesn't have the legs to play any more than about 15 minutes. So yeah, Gareth Bale is there. He will be coming off the bench. That's kind of the role I want him to do if he can score some goals. I have realised I haven't changed my set-piece takers since Season 1. So, I mean, they say Theo Walcott should be taking corners. I don't think he should. We'll do that. Free kicks, Gravenberch and... Okay, sure. I mean, we need Ward-Prowse should always take our free kicks, no matter what side they're on. We'll have Gareth Bale taking them from the left side if Ward-Prowse isn't on the pitch. So, I mean, obviously we know Bale's good at free kicks, so that's fine with me. By the way, I'm completely joking about the beef with Bournemouth. I have no problem with Bournemouth. I actually, they're kind of like my second team. I even did a save with them in Football Manager last season. Anyway, You can see there the official team sheets. Nathan Redmond is starting for Bournemouth. Also, interestingly, so is Matt Targett, former Southampton man who actually currently plays for Aston Villa. They've still got Mepham, Brooks, Cook and Lerma. They've been in the Championship for 2 seasons and have only just been promoted, and they've held on to those guys, and Solanke, I guess, as well. So the Tunnel interview just said, both teams are on a poor run of form. I mean, we've won the last 2 league games. I would hardly say we're poor at the moment. I don't know what Bournemouth are doing, but we're not poor in my opinion. It's a corner for Bournemouth. Brooks takes it. It's towards the middle, obviously. That's how corners work. Armstrong is going to collect this ball down the right-hand side. Does get past his man as well. I think it's Oxlade-Chamberlain in front of him. Armstrong gets his cross away. Ward-Prowse heads the ball clear for us, and now Danny Ings collects it. Obviously, I think he was a former Bournemouth player, wasn't he? Chowdhury to Soyuncu. Plays it forward. Oxlade-Chamberlain now on the right-hand side. Ings collects the ball. Walker-Peters was running. Danny Ings is going it alone. Walker-Peters needs this. Walker-Peters needs this. He's been kicked over by Mepham. That's going to be a penalty. It is a penalty. It is a penalty then against Bournemouth. Danny Ings, I believe, is the man stepping up to take it. Yes, he is. He's already missed a penalty this season. Don't miss another one, Danny, otherwise you'll stop and taking them. He blasts it into the back of the net. 1-0 then. Away from home at the Vitality Stadium. We're doing all right this season. I'm hoping this is not going to be a relegation scrap. I'm hoping for us to be chasing Europe for this season. That's kind of my plans and my hopes for the final season. I say that as if I know this is going to be the final season. I might get to the end of this and qualify for the Champions League and then go, we'll do one more year. Well, 25 minutes in, all that has happened is that penalty. That is the only thing to have happened. We've had 2 shots. Ward-Prowse with a corner for us 28 minutes in. Oxlade-Chamberlain's there, doesn't manage to win the header. Solanke does. Chowdhury now has the ball, flicks it back to Soyuncu, who's picked up a yellow card. Salisu, the Ghanaian centre-back, plays it back once again to Ben Chilwell, the former Chelsea man. Chowdhury, he can go down that left-hand side, finds Ryan Gravenberch, the versatile Dutch midfielder. Chilwell to Chowdhury. He's slotted that ball through to Gravenberch, and is he going to score? It's taken a wicked deflection. It was actually a great tackle as well. Pavlenka, their goalkeeper, is slightly injured. Do we do hard tackling on the keeper? I don't think we should. Well, we're almost at half-time, and it is 1-0. It is staying 1-0 at half-time as well. We've been the better side. In fact, Bournemouth literally haven't done anything until, the 40th minute, something like that, probably even later than that. I, however, am not happy. Hands on hips. I'm not happy because we should be doing better. I mean, Salisu, to be fair, you're actually playing all right. So is Danny Ings, but I guess most of that is due to the penalty. But we should be doing better. We should be 2-0 up, in my opinion. It is 47.5 minutes on the clock. Livakovic then is going to eventually collect this ball inside his own penalty area. What is he going to do? Plays it forward to Chilwell down the left-hand side. He's gone towards the middle for Ward-Prowse. Back to Chowdhury. We've got a very English-centric side, I think, with our squad. And by English, I mean British. Walker-Peters, one of our many English players, plays it back to Chowdhury, another Englishman. Madi Kamara in on goal. That would have been his 3rd of the season if he put that in. Which, he shouldn't be scoring goals, should he? Free kick in a very good position for James Ward-Prowse. This is going in that corner right there. Curling effort. It's right where the mouth was, wasn't it? It is right in that top corner. Ward-Prowse gets his 2nd goal of the season. He's already scored more goals this season than I think he did in the first 2. It's 2-0 away from home against Bournemouth. It's looking comfortable. Right, I think it could be time for Gareth Bale, you know? I think it could be time for Gareth Bale. And what we're going to do, we're going to take Gravenberch off. Gareth Bale will be coming on. I think he said he wants to play as a winger. So if we have a look at Bale, he has said expecting more playing time in his preferred position and role. I don't know what that is. I think it's a winger on attack on the left-hand side. That's what I'm thinking. So that's what we're going to go for. So if we change that to winger on attack, it might ruin absolutely everything by doing this, but it's Gareth Bale. I'd like to point out now we have James Ward-Prowse, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Danny Ings and Gareth Bale all on the pitch at the same time. So the old Southampton youth conveyor belt is looking pretty good. And yes, Danny Ings did come through the Southampton youth system. Did he come through? I don't think he did, actually. Maybe he didn't, you know. He's just a Saints fan. Well, since Gareth Bale has come on, the game has died, hasn't it? Nothing's happened. We've had no highlights whatsoever. We're going to do a bit more changes. What else do we do? We've got... I want to bring on Diallo. Diallo's not awful at football. He needs to get football to get better. So we're going to bring him on for Chowdhury. We might also do Tanganga as well for Soyuncu, just to prevent Soyuncu getting himself basically a second yellow card. I'd rather play Tanganga as well over Eric Bailly because Tanganga's younger, basically. That's all I'm thinking here. Bournemouth have just brought on Danny Loader. Is Danny Loader any good on this Football Manager? I know the previous ones, there was some potential there. I don't think there was enough, though. Second half has been non-existent bar the Ward-Prowse free kick. It is going to be 2-0 then. Bournemouth haven't had a single shot on target all game. 2-0 then at the Vitality Stadium. 3 points in the bag. Ward-Prowse picking himself up the man of the match award by the looks of it. And Gareth Bale getting a 6.6. He's not performing very well. Just give him a well done. Just give him a well done. Don't give him a very well done. I didn't think this through. So Gareth Bale in his contract has an extension for another year after 5 games. He's played 4. He's come off the bench 4 times already. We're only in September. So Gareth Bale is going to be getting £100,000 a week for another 12 months. We won't be here. It's fine. He's rubbish, isn't he? He needs to. Can we get him right? Can we get him specifically training in the gym? Is that a thing we can get him doing? Quickness. I mean, I don't think it's going to help. I just want physical. Can we just do all physical, please? Strength, endurance. What's endurance? Endurance is just stamina. That might work. Maybe. I mean, he's accelerate. Let's just do quickness. Quickness seems to be the one to go for. It might improve his pace as well, which I think 11 is probably not going to get much better, is it? So then, 6 games into the Premier League season, we are 9th place in the table, sat quite comfortably right in the middle. Second top goal scorer, though, a certain Mr. Daniel Ings, most clean sheets as well. Dominic Livakovic joint second with Alisson of Liverpool. So we've let in a lot of goals against the good sides. Against the bad sides, and by bad that is subjective, but against the bad sides, we've not conceded a single goal. Now, what we are going to do for the final season, as you can probably tell, I'm still experimenting with how these videos are going to work because it's a new game, there's new bits, there's the press conferences and things like that. So sometimes episodes take a lot longer to record and end up being 40 minutes long once you edit them as well. So I want to get 2 matches per episode. So next episode, we're going to try that. It's going to be Fulham, it's going to be West Ham. That will be later on today, Sunday night, 9:30 PM UK time. And then after that, we're going to go back down to 1 episode a day, but we're going to be having 2 matches per episode. That's the plan. I'm going to basically skip out all the press conference stuff because I don't think it's particularly relevant. Unless it is relevant, and then I might include some of it. Thank you very much for watching episode 1 of season 3 of Football Manager 2021 in the beta with Southampton. What do you think was my best transfer? It wasn't Gareth Bale. Okay, it wasn't Gareth Bale. I would tell you that for nothing. It's either Soyuncu, it's either Chowdhury, or it is Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's one of those 3. Those are the good transfers, aren't they? I guess Eric Bailly you could probably consider decent because he was free. He cost absolutely nothing. Anyway, I'm waffling now. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you're new here and you want to see more of Season 3 and anything else that I do in Football Manager 2021, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell as well so you get notified whenever a new video is released, like later on today at 9:30. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.